Alright, it is key time. Here's the gear we have on our Druid. We're gonna let the tank solo for a minute.
What a matchup we've got tonight, folks! Sparks are gonna fly! Wait, what's this? Some surface dwellers have unwittingly stumbled into the arena! A word of caution to anyone sitting in the splash zone.
That's a start.
For blood!
I'll throw some heals on him. I think now we're going because it's just the Rocket Tonk alive, so. What is happening right now in this key?
Now this is a statistical anomaly. Our visitors are still alive!
I'm gonna put in an adaptive storm on myself right now just to get it on cooldown. Might have done it a little bit too soon because we want it to expire like right as the bosses activate, I think is ideal. Yeah. That's okay, these will still bounce, so this is actually fine. Put in some damage. Get all our bleeds going. Another adaptive storm out, and then we'll get ready for this vent jets. I'm gonna put a rejuve on everybody. Get away from the boss. Use my bark skin way too early, but that's okay. Carry over a little bit, and then we spam regrowth. Use a swift mend up. Throw wild growth. And we're good. We're right back to doing damage. Avoid the saws. To aim this towards the wall.
Whoa! Gadgets and cogs! We've got a highly unusual development! Looks like yours truly has joined the tussle! But not to worry, I'll stop at nothing to give you the play-by-play!
Okay, vent jets again. Iron Bark, the low health guy. We'll go ahead and trank. That was definitely me not being very prepared for it. I was kind of too busy doing damage, and I was distracted by the RP that was happening, but we recover with trank, so it's okay. Just using adaptive storm on myself just to keep them going since he already has one active. I'm just gonna kind of bounce to him non-stop. Hit the whirling edge. Refresh dots. Then we'll go back into cat form. Same thing, just put adaptive storm on myself. And same thing when we get down here, we just throw an adaptive swarm, just keep it going as much as possible, just trying to use it on cooldown. That way when we go into these packs, like this next one, we should just immediately get like 2 stacks of the adaptive swarm on each mob. Almost right away, as soon as these bounce. Should pretty much spread to all 3 of them, ideally. Get 1, but that's fine. And while they mega drill, we'll go ahead and refresh Sunfire and Moonfire on everything. Throw another adaptive swarm out. Should have thrown it on the actual mob itself instead of myself, but couldn't tell if they had one already or not. Oh, in the sleep puddle we go. LS these. Gonna stay back because we're not putting them around the other side of the pillars, so this is looking a bit sketchy. Yeah. I think that's it. Now we can go. We're doing some damage again. Can't dispel X, I just dispelled. Use Adaptive Swarm. Our bleeds on everything. Ourself. Moonfire, Sunfire, everything. Refresh Sunfire. We can just use Heart of the Wild here to get it on cooldown. Gonna use Flourish here just so I don't have to keep healing. These hots that are active will just pick everybody up. Putting Vortex down in case the tank needs to kite away. That way they stay still. Not worried about the bats, just keeping my dots and bleeds on the Junkyard Dog and Zolgamex. Go ahead and dispel at 3 stacks. Now that the dog's about to be dead, I'm not going to refresh anything else. Spell again. And just Bark Skin since I have this dot on myself. Refresh dots and bleeds. And if we need to, we can hibernate the bats, but usually in pugs people are pretty good about it, so I just let them deal with it. Because otherwise it's just a waste of time for, like, you know, 4 people to be CCing the bat all at the same time. I'm gonna refresh my bleeds really quick before we run over here. In case we can't melee it. I think they did do a good job to make it meleeable, so that's good. Most pugs, we usually struggle to... Oh, that's rough. They're all stacked up for that quaking. Okay, I'll get a res. Just need to hurry. Go. Spell.
I knew I should have walked you earlier.
No good spot there to LOS, so I'm just not worried about it. Spell right away. Cat form. Arc skin for this leap. Oh, I was like, why can't I dispel? Oof, that was rough. So awkward to LOS this thing sometimes. Spell right away. Is absolutely the worst for this boss. It's so obnoxious. Important thing here is to make sure to refresh Adaptive Swarm. That way, I'm gonna use it on somebody who has a 1-stack, so I'll use it on myself here. That way we have Adaptive Swarm rolling for when we get to this next pack of trash. This next part is probably like the hardest part in Fortified Keys. I might have time to throw another Adaptive Swarm, so I'm going to wait to go in cat form because we're waiting for the tank anyways. So yeah, we'll use Adaptive Swarm on myself, and then I'll go cat and stealth, and we'll immediately jump on one of these tinkers. Part of the wild here. Keep refreshing Adaptive Swarm.
So, you dismantled a few of my lesser
Get a re-stealth since we're out of combat.
Let us see how you fare against something more advanced.
Dark skin myself, dispel the mage. Try to get some bleeds out on stuff before this short out. And we'll trank this first one. Diffuse, so I dispel Warlock. Same thing, throwing another Adaptive Swarm out. Mage is okay for now. He can always ice block if needed, and he has Cauterize. I wasn't too concerned about him. Spell the monk here because he doesn't have diffuse. And we don't have another short out, so we don't have to worry too much about like prepping a lot of healing. I actually was prepping some healing before realizing that it was dead, so.
So, you possess a modicum of skill. It will prove
Yeah, we got one more. I forgot.
sufficient against my newest prototype.
I'm gonna go far so we don't overlap the Quakings and nobody panics. Same thing here as we run by and Adaptive Storm comes back up. I'm just going to use it on myself.
Warning. Excessive levels of flesh detected. Warning.
Oh no, our tank got hit. That's not good. I have to bark skin myself here. We'll iron bark the monk since he's tanking it. Refresh Adaptive Swarm on it.
Excessive levels of flesh detected. Warning.
Make sure he's full health for that Vampiric Claw. Jump on the Tinker right away. I have Diffuse. Use Adaptive Swarm on him as well, just help pick him up. Redotting everything. Trying to bait the scroll in a good spot. A very good spot. That's on the mage. On the mage is really bad. I should have dispelled myself because my debuff is going to last 20 seconds and the mage's was only like 2 more seconds before it was expired. I can just dispel myself again on cooldown, but in the middle of a fight that would have been a really bad idea. Like if the mob was still very healthy and stuff. No, what are you doing? Stop tanking it by the stairs. It's unlucky. I understand what he's trying to do, but it's not really worth doing because the range DPS can just stand up here anyways, so we don't really need the melee DPS to be able to have a safe spot too. Just done that. Got hits, we're gonna jump out and start healing. Should be good now with the hots that he has. Use Flourish here. That was a really bad Moonfire. Refresh what I can here. And just in case anybody gets hit, we'll just throw out like a wild growth and put hots back on the tank. But this fight is very, like, it gets more hectic the longer the fight takes, so on fortified weeks I really like to just try to blast through it as fast as possible. So I try to prioritize damage. I'm just healing people if they get hit by unavoidable, or avoidable stuff, I should say. Generally, it's do as much damage as you can in these phases, and then as soon as the turrets spawn here, the hidden flame cannons, that's when you start healing. So like here, you would focus a lot, like I would just jump out of form and just start focusing a lot of my attention on keeping everyone alive. Because people are bound to just get hit by, like even myself, like we're just getting hit by a bunch of shit because there's just things everywhere. So it's really chaotic. Just expect mistakes, basically. But outside of the flame cannons, it's pretty easy to like avoid damage and not get hit by things because it's all you're doing is just dodging the disc. So it's not as dangerous. Like if somebody gets hit, they're not just gonna get comboed out by something else. Put Adaptive Swarm on somebody before we leave. Dark skin, because I got aggro. Try to put dots on everything before we have to start healing. Gonna Iron Bark the tank nice and early. Flourish for this, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, the short out. I don't know why it targets the shield generator, it's really annoying. Doing what damage I can before we get another short out. And then we'll trank this one, so we're not doing the next pack. And then we wild growth. And it's all dead. Just gonna Hellstone and then Dispel. And that hurts. All those bolster stacks made that hurt really bad. Not expecting that much damage. That's unfortunate. I think I have aggro as well. I'll just die. Just gonna let them know that I'll run back if they need me to. Might have an NG res. Oh, he's using a B res, that's unfortunate. That's fine. Probably not the smartest decision, but get a food buff real quick, and then we're good to go. We don't two chest it, but that's okay. Timing a workshop is the best you can ask for in a pug. Shop's a tough key. Get stealth.
Witness perfection.
Wild here.
Reload my targeting system. You cannot elude my targeting systems. Activating thrusters. You cannot elude my targeting system. You cannot elude
Don't need to heal this Gigazap target, which is the tank, because it's going to fade away as soon as the phase ends right here. You don't take damage this whole time from it.
defeated me. Fools!
We don't have Lust, but that's okay.
A piece of furniture. You wish
So the strat for this boss when you're melee is you stand here at the very edge of like your attack range, and then now
to weapon.
you step out, and then every time the orbs come in, you just step in to melee and then step back out. And then what you do is you basically end up spawning all the orbs in this line right here, and it just makes this whole area always safe. You have to have everybody doing it to make it work, but you can still see the idea here. Like, I'm literally just stepping in, and now I step back out for the next one. Gonna do some healing here. And like here, I'll show the example again. So we're standing at max melee. Now we step in. That's unfortunate that I got hit by that. And now we step back out into max melee, so that now when new orbs come in, we just literally step in, step out. And it makes it to where you just can 100% avoid them all the time, because none of them will ever spawn up here in melee. But again, like you have to have everybody doing it. But even with only me doing it, it still does work. It's just you have to be more, you know, like spatially aware of where they are. And get some bad spawns. Oops. Here we step into the blank spot, and then we move back out. And you just constantly do this. Like all the melee should always be doing this. It makes it so easy. Yeah, that's gonna kill me. There's just they were just crossfired everywhere. There was nothing I could do there. And the tank just fell off, and the other person just died. Well, that's they're gonna die to the boss. Please res. Okay, they res tank. We're good. Holy moly, that was close. Oh my god, the mage got aggro. Oh god, the warlock got aggro. Okay, he's actually just trolling. Why is he doing that? Wait, what? Do you think the boss was still alive? I'm so confused. I can't tell if he was trolling or if he thought the boss was still alive. Alright, well, we timed it, so that works. I got an upper Kara. That's not too bad on a 4-week. It's probably puggable. We'll try it out.
Has been destroyed. And so has my father. You have my gratitude, heroes. Know that King Mechagon's vision